You see people every day, walking, talking, smiling, pretending. But have you ever stopped and truly looked at them? Every action, every word, every silence hides a reason. People don't just act. They react to pain, fear, love, insecurity, or desire. Behind every behavior, there's a story the world never sees. Most people don't lie because they want to. They lie because truth once broke them. They don't avoid you because you're unworthy. They avoid you because your presence reminds them of something they can't face. This is the unseen truth of human behavior. And once you understand it, you'll never see people the same way again. Every person you meet is wearing a mask. The confident man hides fear. The quiet girl hides overthinking. The one who laughs the loudest hides the most pain. People don't show who they are. They show what they need to survive. The mask is not fake. It's protection. Because in a world that judges too quickly, truth becomes dangerous. When you understand that, you stop reacting to the mask and start seeing the soul beneath it. That's when your relationships change. You stop judging. You start reading. You see the sadness behind anger, the exhaustion behind arrogance, and the insecurity behind perfection. True wisdom begins when you stop believing what people say and start understanding what they mean. Human behavior is not random. It's ruled by hidden forces. Psychology calls them drives, invisible programs inside our minds that push us to act. Most people are driven by 4 invisible powers: the need to be seen, the fear of being judged, the hunger for control, the desire to be loved. Every decision you see around you comes from one or more of these. Why does someone post their life online? To be seen. Why does someone criticize others? To hide their own insecurity. Why does someone stay quiet in a fight? Fear of rejection. Why do people overwork? To feel worthy. We think people make choices logically. But the truth is, logic is just the language emotion speaks in public. Underneath every smart decision, there's always an emotional reason whispering in silence. If you could decode emotions, you could read anyone. Because every emotion has a purpose. Anger is protection. Sadness is healing. Fear is survival. Love is surrender. People act the way they do because they're trying to feel safe. Even manipulation, even coldness, even distance, it all comes from pain. That's why the most broken people often crave control. Because when they couldn't control their pain, they tried to control their world. The moment you understand this, you unlock empathy. Not the weak kind, but the intelligent kind. Empathy is not about being nice. It's about seeing truth through behavior. It's the ability to look at someone's anger and think, they're not evil, they're scared. That kind of awareness is real power. It makes you unstoppable in relationships, leadership, and life. Here's the secret most never see. You don't just observe behavior, you trigger it. People reflect what you make them feel. If you approach with fear, they become defensive. If you come with calm confidence, they open up. If you show kindness, they lower their guard. We are mirrors. We project our inner world on others and call it personality. So when you say people are fake, maybe it's your truth being reflected back at you. When you say everyone's cold, maybe it's your warmth that's locked inside. The world is not as it is. It's as you are. And when you change how you see people, you change how they act around you. Here's the deepest truth of all: we're not that different. Every human being is fighting an invisible war. To be loved without pretending. To be seen without performing. To be safe without control. That's why awareness is not just knowledge, it's compassion. When you start seeing people through the lens of psychology, you realize they're not bad. They're just hurt differently. And suddenly you gain peace. Because when you understand human behavior, you stop taking it personally. You start seeing patterns, not problems. You start responding, not reacting. And that's how emotional intelligence turns into quiet power. So from this moment on, observe. Don't judge. Don't label. Watch people like a psychologist, not to control them, but to understand them. Because the one who understands human nature controls his own. If this opened your eyes, subscribe now. Because the world you thought you knew is just a reflection of the mind you've never explored. Watch again, share this with a deep thinker. And remember, behavior is never random. It's always revealing a secret. If this opened your eyes, do one thing for me. Write one moment you noticed today in the comments. Don't hold back. Share the smallest sign you saw, a blink, a tone, a gesture. When you do, you'll lock this skill in your mind and help others wake up too. If you want more hidden psychology like this, hit subscribe and turn on the bell. I'll keep bringing the truth that changes how you see people. Share this with one friend who needs to wake up tonight.